All right, let's go ahead and find a comfortable position on our mat. Taking a nice seated posture, placing our strap on the right side or the left side, and just moving away that fleshy part of the bum. And just noticing if maybe a little extra support, maybe just closing the eyes is something that you want to call in. So sitting on a pillow, a block, just something to support the lumbar spine. We'll begin with softening our gaze, closing our eyes, 3 rounds of our balancing breath, attuning to our autonomic nervous system, moving into the expression of rest, digest through the parasympathetic nervous system. So before we begin regulating our breath, let's rub our hands together, activating the right side and the left side of the brain. Taking several rounds of breaths with an audible exhalation. Inhale. Exhale. Ha. Two more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Slowing down the movement that you're creating with your hands. Just slowing it down, still noticing the activation, the energy you're creating right now. Taking another breath in, belly, ribs, chest. Exhale. Press the palms together. Great stillness with your hands. And slowly, gently begin to open up your hands, creating an energy ball. Imagine you are holding a ball. So just cupping your hands and feeling the warmth. And in this moment, noticing how you're feeling and noticing any thoughts that are not serving you now. And imagine letting those go and moving into how you want to feel instead. And perhaps you're completely content with what you're feeling, and that's okay too. So maybe noticing what would feel even better. And once you have that, imagine placing that in your energy ball, like you're holding your intention. Just noticing how this feels. And then placing your intention with loving awareness on one part of your body that needs a little extra love today. One part of your body that needs a little extra love. So this could be your heart, could be your belly. Just placing your hands there. Mm. Your eyes still closed. Go ahead and begin 3 rounds of that adaptogenic breathing where we'll breathe in to the count of 4, exhale to the count of 4. And imagine as you have your hands placed on that part of you that needs a little extra love, imagine breathing in to that spot and breathing out. Inhale with me for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 more rounds just like that. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I invite you to utilize this particular breathing style throughout your practice today, remembering it's an adaptogenic breath, adapting to where you are, and maybe even providing that light constriction in the back of the throat. This awakens the social reward system, that ventral vagus nerve. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Feel free to repeat this internally. May this practice heal and strengthen both our bodies and our minds. May this practice heal and strengthen both our bodies and our minds. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. On your next inhale, slowly, gently open your eyes, stretching your arms up over your head like a good morning stretch. Open, close your mouth a few times, a little jaw yoga. Scrunch up your nose, open and close your fingers, awakening the proprioception in your hands. And inhale, stretch even longer, lengthen through the spine. And exhale, slowly, gently open up to your right side, opening up, pressing the right fingertips into the floor, into your mat. Lengthen your spine. Just a gentle axle rotation to begin. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. On the next inhale, bring your head back to center, followed by your hands. Open up, expanding your chest, opening your heart. Breathe. And exhale, twist, open, opposite side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist. Inhale, bring your head back to center, followed by your hands. Stretch and release. Go ahead and pick up the strap and just go ahead and place it off to the other side. We're just going to move it for a moment here. And then coming into a tabletop position, spreading your fingers wide. Spreading your fingers wide, keeping your shoulders in line with your wrist. Maybe even just imagining just like a kitty cat really clawing into, like kind of creating a suction cup or a cupcake hand, really clawing into your mat. As your elbow creases will swivel forward, tuck your toes, protract your shoulders, scoop your tailbone in, and release, coming through the flat back. Untuck your toes. And just slowly, gently pike your hips up. Just a gentle looking up. 2 more like that. Deep breath in. And exhale, slowly curl around, protract your shoulders, swivel your elbow creases forward, tuck your tailbone in, release your head. And coming up through flat back, piking your hips up, looking up. And exhale, slowly curl around, protract your shoulders. Always an option to tuck the toes, keep them tucked, or play with untuck and tuck. Last full round here, piking the hips up, looking up. And exhale, curl around, protract the shoulders, scoop the tailbone in, and release. Go ahead and come into just the natural organic spinal movement pattern, starting with a gentle sway in the hips, getting to the right side and the left side. Beautiful. Maybe even allowing the head to move organically. Maybe noticing those little creases and crackles. Using your breath maybe to come forward, back, coming forward again. Just noticing if you tend to go to one side, creating that counter pose into the opposite side. Maybe coming into a gentle child's pose, releasing your forehead, making contact with the mat, and imagining for a moment that feeling that you're feeling now as your intention is like a stamp on your forehead, and allow your head to go the right side and left side, as this will recalibrate any sort of tension in your neck, but also using your imagination to imagine that your intention is like a stamp and you're rolling your forehead into the ink pad. Just a little fun imagery as you breathe in and exhale, breathe out. And again, inhale and exhale. Coming back to center. Back to tabletop. Tuck the toes, protract the shoulders forward. Scoop the tailbone in, lift the knees, bear pose. Stay for a breath in. Stay for a breath out. press your heels back into downward facing dog. Go ahead and bend your knees back and forth, walking your dog, piking your hips up, release tension in the head. Maybe even gently as you're walking your dog, nodding your head yes, shaking your head no, bending into your right knee, look under your right armpit, and switch, bending into your left, looking under your left armpit, and switch. Two more rounds. Inhale, right, exhale, left. Last one, inhale, right, and exhale, left. This time, inhale, come up onto your toes, lift the heels, and bring your heels over to the right side. Maybe allowing yourself to bend a little bit more into the right or left, just noticing what feels good as you spread your fingers wide, press your right palm into the mat, and feel that nice side body stretch on your left side. Staying for a breath in, stay for a breath out. On your next inhale, go ahead and switch, coming over to your left side, coming up onto the toes, bring your heels down to your left side, bending in, and just noticing whether you bend more into the right or bend more into the left, but feeling the intention of stretching your right side body as you look under your right armpit. Breathing in here and breathing out. Allow your head to come back to center. Inhale, coming back. Bend your knees out like a frog. Look forward. And this time we're just going to booty bounce. So it's like you're twerking in downward facing dog, releasing any tension or stress in your pelvis. For 3, 2, 1. And just notice if you can keep this bouncing as you walk your toes all the way to the top. All the way to the top of the mat, and release the head. Grab opposite elbows. Bend your knees as much as needed. Allow your abdomen to make contact with your thighs. Getting into a nice sway, releasing any sort of stress or tension in your cervical or thoracic spine. Gently nod the head yes. Gently shake the head no. Maybe create audible exhalation. Let it feel really good and nourishing. On your inhale, center. Release the hands coming up onto blocks or just fingertips to create that flat back. Bend your knees. Hinging from the hips, keeping now your knees bent, allow your fingertips to graze the mat or the side edges of your feet. Stay here. Inhale, arms go out and up, chair pose, and then splash out of the water. Imagine. And release mountain pose. Shake it out. Shake it out. Maybe little bounces, allowing your heels to come up off of the mat for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and grab your strap. And we're going to do moon squat variations with the strap. So taking about a meter apart with your feet, heels slightly in, toes slightly out. Go ahead and grab your strap. And as we inhale, we're going to go ahead and extend forward all the way up. There we go. And then we're just going to bend. So it's a Scottish pose here. Little moon squat variation. We'll do a few sets. And lower back down. Inhale, coming up. Activate, squeeze. Bend your knees. Hold. And release. 2 more with the strap. Inhale, coming up. Squeeze, activate, that's transverse abdominis, and also squeezing your glutes at the top. And then bending your knees, creating that outward rotation. Yes, beautiful. And last one, release. Inhale, going up, squeeze, bend your knees, and release. Go ahead and put the strap down. Go into our standard mood squat. So once again, just setting for a little reset. Inhale. And exhale, we're going to curl around, protract our shoulders, come all the way down, just swaying from side to side. And coming all the way up. Beautiful. Sway, sway, sway. Inhale, open. So think expansion, possibility, and curl around, protract, coming down this constriction, but noticing that constriction, even when it's tough, no matter what it is, can be on or off the mat. In order to create that full expansion, that full newness in any sort of journey, we must be present for the constriction so we can invite in the expansion. So in this moment, expanding up, opening up. And as you're opening up and expanding, think of one thing. There's one thing in your life right now that feels very open. Hold it here for a moment. Inhale and exhale, curl around, protract the shoulders, come all the way down, and notice the tightness. But also notice that you're choosing in this moment to create constriction, creating opportunities so that way you can find movement. Remembering that one really fun way to view this life of ours is that we are verbs. We are moving, we are breathing. So much more fun to think of us as verbs, in my opinion, than nouns. And taking another deep breath in, but open up, expand outward, open up, saying yes. And release. Shake it out. Shake, 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 shake. Yes. Okay. Going to a wall, we're going to do a little bit of lengthening, going to open up the upper body, create a little extra movement. So we've done this one before. So when you get to the wall, you're just going to go ahead, place your hands as if you're creating that downward dog motion. And you take several steps back, whatever is needed, and just allowing yourself to come forward. So go ahead and take a little bit of time. Yes, beautiful. You're already there. So yeah, wonderful. So this is one I love coming to in the mornings, especially. It really does help open up the chest, opening up the heart, but also that overhead range of motion, just like grabbing a cup off the chicken, the kitchen counter that's high or something from a shelf. Not only does it help with that, but if you like to run or do other kinds of activities that require utilizing the lower body, think of our shoulder girdle as having this first joint rule where we're able to notice that we have a lot of strength here. There's a lot of physical effort that can be utilized by using our shoulder girdle, but it's important, especially as women, that we be intentional in the ways in which we stretch. So for this time, we're not going to be here for the full 2 minutes. We are going to spend a little bit of time. I just want you to notice the appropriate setup of it. So as you're breathing in, using that adaptogenic breath, we'll extend out our exhalation, remembering the first principle when we do certain kinds of stretches and poses like this. Principle number one is time under passive tension. So not going past a 5 out of 10. Not going past a 5 out of 10. So noticing that by using the wall as your floor now, you can manipulate this and you can ease off just a little bit so we can train the autonomic nervous system to know we're not running away from a tiger. You're just simply practicing yoga. And by utilizing these postures, even when they're hard, we can train our autonomic nervous system that we can be calm, cool, and collected in these more challenging times. Remembering we won't be here much longer, so using your breath and my voice as a guide. Principle number two is the breath awareness. So extending out your exhalation by just a count, maybe even doubling your exhalation. You're activating your parasympathetic nervous system, the expression of rest and digest. Deep breath, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, go ahead and curl around, protract the shoulders. Protract the shoulders and slowly, gently coming into that counter pose. Woo! Grabbing opposite shoulders, closing your eyes, taking a moment, soften your gaze, gentle bend at the knees. Oh, deep breath in. Deep breath out. And again, deep breath in. And deep breath out. Whew, that's a good one. It's very intense. So just taking it in little bite-sized chunks, but noticing over time, there's just so much that I've noticed for myself and believing that this is something that will support you as well. But I just have noticed for my lung capacity, sometimes it's hard to take a deep breath. And this is something that's been really helpful with opening up and creating more spaciousness. So on the next inhale, we're just going to go ahead and stretch our arms up over our head like a good morning stretch. Exhale, slowly, gently lower that back down. Moving into one last set. So one last round of those moon squats before we make our way a little bit further down. Yes. Beautiful. Woo. Inhale, arms going out and up. Open up. Taking about a meter apart. Heels in, toes slightly out. And exhale, curl around, protract the shoulders and release, gentle sway. Inhale, coming all the way up, 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 open up, squeeze at the top. And exhale, curl around, protract the shoulders all the way back down. Little sway. Last one. Inhale, coming all the way up, up, up. Open up. And exhale, curl around, protract the shoulders down. Instead of coming all the way back up this time, we're just going to hold this goddess pose. So scooping the tailbone in, knees are going to be slightly out. So we have this outward rotation, holding here, holding here, holding here, and just staying with it, maybe even closing the eyes for 3, for 2, and 1. Go ahead and sea grip the waist. This time as you're coming up, we're going to go ahead and parallel the feet. And then just allowing the toes to slightly, just very, very slightly, kind of turn in a bit. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, come to a flat back and release the head. Wide leg forward fold. Micro bend in the knees, still creating that dynamic movement. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Slowing down the movement. Sea grip the waist. Inhale, flat back. And coming up, up, up all the way. Beautiful. Release the C grip, open up the hands. And we're just going to go ahead and pivot. So our left foot's going to be in front. We're going to pivot to the top of the mat, short side. So as we pivot, you can keep that heel to heel alignment, square off the hips. So hips are facing the short side of the mat. Bend into the left knee. Inhale, arms are going to go out and up. Palms touch, look up. Warrior 1, pressing the palms together. Unshrug, shrug. Unshrug the shoulders. Isometric activation as we press our palms together. Think activate, wing out the elbows. And exhale, we're going to pivot over to the opposite side and go into warrior 1 opposite side. So just pivoting and allowing now the right foot to meet the back side, the short side of the mat. Square off the hips, bend into the right knee, maybe even heel toe, the foot forwards to make sure the knee isn't going over the toes. Remembering a slight inward rotation, the back leg, slight outward rotation, the front leg. Press the palms together, shrug, unshrug. Gauge your transverse abdominis. Breathe in here, finding that focal point. And exhale, release. Go ahead and pivot back. And then all the way to the other side. All the way to the other side. So now your left foot's in front. Using this activation, still pressing your palms together. Go ahead and bring the right foot to meet the left. Inhale, open up. And exhale, release, mountain pose. From mountain pose, inhale, arms going out and up. Palms touch, look up. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, step back to high plank pose. Lean forward, lean back. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lean back. Last one, inhale, lean forward. Exhale, lean back. This time, inhale, lean forward, lower all the way to your belly. And release. Yay, almost there. Still okay? I think I got a little fuzzy. Can you see me? Yay. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. From here, we're going to bend the elbows and allow your left ear to make contact with our right palm. Just a little reset. Allow your hips to go from side to side. Release any tension or stress in your pelvis. And just thinking of Elvis's hips, and we're just releasing, allowing your body to sway from side to side. Remembering this is also a really wonderful somatic reset. So when we're feeling stressed or feeling kind of out of our body, this is a way that we can just connect right back to our center. One way to think of center is something of grounded nature. And whenever you're ready, on your next inhale, bring your head to center, and you're going to go ahead and allow your palms to make contact with the mat. Palms make contact with the mat at the sides. Bring your feet together, kiss the mat to prepare, and on the inhale, lift the head, lift the hands, lift the legs, squeeze everything, lifting and squeezing, thinking of that overhead range of motion, overall sustainable movement patterns that you're practicing right now. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. And exhale, release. Ha, opposite ear, opposite hand, make contact, reset. Mm. Deep breath in, belly, ribs, chest. And exhale, release. And then bring your head back to center. Bring your hands to the sides, palms facing down. This time, we're going to go ahead and bend the knees, and you're going to grab for the shin, ankle, your pant leg, whatever is accessible to you, and noticing how this feels. Intentionality. So it's always nice to bring the knees in, but if they slightly spread out, that's okay. Another option is also interlacing your fingers behind. Or if you want to go back to the original one where we keep our palms pressed down to lift everything, these are all very much supporting the same stretch. So we're looking at spinal flexibility and just noticing what feels comfortable and what feels accessible to you now. And knowing that our bodies, once again, we're verbs. We're always moving, we're always changing. Inhale to prepare and exhale, release. Inhale, lift everything up, up, up. Squeeze simultaneously, pressing and pulling, or using any of the other variations. Keep breathing. And just knowing in this moment, you are increasing your spinal flexibility, which helps with overall range of motion. Deep breath in, exhale, release. Ha. Opposite ear, opposite hand. Let's windshield wiper the legs, allowing the feet to fall open to the left side. Inhale, center. Fall open to the right side. Inhale, back to center. And again, inhale. And exhale. And last one. And release. Release the legs. Place the palms underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift, baby cobra. And then allow your forearms to graze the mat. Fingertips going to the corners of the right and the left. Little sphinx pose, little reset. Gaze can be slightly forward. Just noticing nothing wonky with the neck. Stay for a breath in. Stay for a breath out. And again, inhale. And exhale, release. And slowly, gently, whenever you are ready, go ahead and come all the way up, up, up. All the way up to a nice seated position, either taking a seat on a block or a pillow, just something that feels comfy and supported. However feels comfy and supported for you. I'm just grabbing a hold of that fleshy part of the bum, moving it out of the way. Just knowing just these really subtle shifts can just really provide so much support in this moment. We're just going to go ahead and end with our kind of chair yoga approach. And so we're going to place fingertips to make contact with the knees. And we're just going to come in, coming forward, kind of like a little cat-cow spinal movement pattern. knowing that you can do this in a chair, do this in the car, and then just reversing it, just noticing how this feels. Maybe even remembering when we were doing the really gentle cat cows earlier in the practice, and just maybe noticing how the body feels now compared to how it felt earlier. And remembering that always an opportunity to practice mindfulness. Something that I always want to come back to personally is paying attention to this moment now. Once you feel content in the ways in which your body's moving with a chair yoga approach, just finding that stillness, that pause. Go ahead and end with diaphragmatic breathing today. So inhaling for 4, hold for 4, exhale 4, hold for 4 at the bottom. Couple options to do with the hands. So remembering your intention, that feeling that you're feeling now, what would feel even better, amplifying and magnifying that for yourself, knowing that how we feel is our choice. And when we're able to notice the ways in which our bodies move, that release, provide support in these moments. So if that feels resonating with you, you can go ahead and place your palms facing up, or also another option is to place your hands on your heart and your belly. And then just soften your gaze. I'll count as you breathe, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Two more rounds just like that. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale fully and exhale completely. Look for you to repeat this. May this practice heal and strengthen both our bodies and our minds. May this practice heal and strengthen both our bodies and our minds. Slowly, gently honoring your beautiful body, your beautiful heart, your beautiful mind, and your time, honoring that for yourself, gently bowing forward and coming up. Giving yourself maybe a little hug, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Whenever you're ready, open your eyes, saying the word yes. Yay. Thank you so much. Sending so much love.